Welcome to Lambeth Academy. Some of you I recognise. I know this is possibly your second visit or even third or fourth visit. Some of you it's your first time, but a very, very warm welcome to all of you on a lovely sunny morning. So let's hope that this continues. Now, I'm just going to take a short bit of your time just to really give you a flavour of what Lambeth Academy is about. In about 5 or 10 minutes' time, there'll be a change of lessons. You'll hear the bell go. Once we're into lessons for period 2, we've got some very keen young people, ready, willing and able to take you on a walk round. Okay, so you can have a really good look round in the morning, us in operation. You can ask any questions. I'll be around, senior staff will be around, but make sure you do not leave this morning without any question you want answered. Tomorrow afternoon after school is our big open evening. And again, you're very welcome to come back. Obviously, that's a slightly different flavour. So in many ways, this morning is most important because it's a school in operation. Now, I'm going to give an abridged version of what I'm going to say tomorrow evening. So if you are coming again tomorrow evening, you will hear a little bit of repetition, but there will be a little bit more detail around what I'm saying. So first and foremost, a very, very big welcome to Lambeth Academy. The first thing I'm going to say, and some of you, if you've heard me say this before or speak before, I say this every single time, but I make no apologies for saying it. Lambeth Academy is a happy school, and I think that's the most important thing I can say to you. If our students are happy, they're going to come to school ready, willing, able. They're going to feel secure, and therefore they are going to learn to their potential. If the staff are happy, they're going to put in 100% into what they're doing, both in the classroom and outside, and it makes for a really successful organisation. And I think as you walk around this morning, you will get a sense of that happiness, that this is a place that we love to come to. And it's not just me that says that. Every visitor that comes to the school leaves saying, there's a great ethos here, there's a lovely feel here. And that's something that we've built up over the years, and that's something that we're very proud of, and that's something that is fundamentally important to us, because being happy where you work, where you spend a majority of your time, is significantly important. Our mission at Lambeth Academy is to be exceptional. That underpins everything that we do. And as you walked into reception, you may have noticed, behind Anna May on reception, there are these words. Now, they've been chosen very deliberately, and they're words that came together about 3 years ago from staff, students, governors, parents, the community. What is it about Lambeth Academy that we want to achieve and that will make us unique? And actually, if you look up the word exceptional, it means to be outstanding, but in a unique way. And that second bit is really important to us, because I think there is something quite unique about Lambeth Academy. Our children, our young people, are individuals, and it's important to us that we know them as individuals. They'll all have differences, they'll all have strengths, they'll all have areas of development, they'll all have passions, they'll all have interests that are all different. They'll all have ways of behaving that are different. They'll wear their uniform in a slightly different way. But that's something that actually we encourage, because it's important that our young people are able to feel that they are individual, that they are unique. So our mission statement that runs through everything that we do has a very deliberate edge to it. That we want to be outstanding, we want to be exceptional, we want to be the best that we can possibly be in whatever it is that we're doing, but we want to be unique. And I'm going to focus my discussion with you this morning around what makes Lambeth Academy unique, because I'm sure you will visit a lot of schools in the next few weeks. This is a very big decision for you to make. Some of you are Year 5 parents, just beginning to think about this time next year. And what is it that makes Lambeth Academy different and the place you may want to send your young person to? First of all, our teaching. We have a unique way of teaching. Our vision, and if you've looked on our website, you'll see this, we have a 5-year plan. It finishes in 2017, so we're coming towards the end of our 5 years, and then we'll start thinking about the next 5 years. But our vision is to have exemplary teaching. So everything that we do in this school is geared around ensuring that the best teaching experience is given to our young people. Now that's in the classroom and outside of the classroom, because actually every adult in this building is involved in the teaching and learning process. Whatever their role is in the school, it's absolutely critical that they are involved in the teaching process. So even our admin team, our site team, are working towards ensuring that we have exemplary teaching. There's a few pictures there of real lessons, not stage lessons, real lessons of the sorts of things that we do. Active teaching. Yes, of course, the majority of our lessons are in the classroom, but we also use the outside. We do things differently, and you can see just a flavour of that there. And this morning as you walk around, I'm sure you will see that. Great teaching is helping us to make exemplary progress. And that up there are just the headlines for this summer. The full results for each of the subjects are on our website and will be in the, may well be in the prospectus, I'm not quite sure, but they're actually on our website, so feel free to delve. But just look, Key Stage 5, top 10% of schools nationally for attainment, and those are our headline figures, so over half of our A-level results and equivalents were A star and A, so the top grades that you can get. 85% A star to C, that's pretty good going, I have to say, and 100% A star to E. Now for several years in a row we've been right at the top of the Lambeth league tables in terms of our Key Stage 5 results, and we've been right up there in the top 10%. We haven't got the comparative data out yet for the rest of the schools, but I expect us to be holding our position in terms of Key Stage 5. Key Stage 4, last year we were in the top 10% of schools nationally for the value that we add. So the progress. And those are the headline figures there for those subject areas. Now I would say to you, as parents, when you look at Key Stage 4 results across all of the schools, just be aware of the context we're operating in. You would have picked up in the papers about grade boundary changes, about changes to the curriculum. It just means you need to look a little bit more openly at results, and you will see around the borough and other parts of London that results have been very turbulent over the last few years, and that's because of the curriculum changes that are happening. Now your young people as they come through will have a lot more stability, because by the time they come through we will be operating a new system and will have been operating that for a good few years. Year 9 going into 10 are just embarking on huge changes, and actually secondary schools are starting 6 years of transition in terms of curriculum changes, data, attainment, what's going to count in the league tables, all sorts of things. So as you look at results, just bear that in mind. There is a real turbulency around every school's results. But those are our headline figures, and when you look at our website, you'll see across the range of subjects some really strong attainment and progress measures. So what makes us unique? Exemplary teaching, exemplary progress. Now the elephant in the room sometimes with Lambeth Academy, and if you come from Clapham Manor you will have heard me say this before, is do we do well with our most able students? Well actually we do. There seems to be this myth from years ago that most able students don't do as well at Lambeth Academy. They may certainly do. And this table here, I'll explain it very quickly, is taken from what's called our Raise Online document. Now that's an official document that's produced by the government every year, and it just allows you to compare yourself with schools nationally. Where you get green, it means you are significantly above national. Where there is no colour, it means you are in line with national, and if there is blue, it means you're significantly below. So we all, when we get our Raise Online document, are looking for the white and the green. Now, behind me, you'll see our children are grouped by the government, not by us, into low, middle and high attainers. That's based on their Key Stage 2 data. So when they come in order to enable the government to track the progress of children, they fit into 3 broad bands. And you will see we make great progress for our low ability students, significantly above. You can see the national figures there, 998, 998, 999. Go down to the bottom, those are our high attainers. Now, any score that is above 1,000, you are adding value. If a score is below 1,000, you are deemed to not be making adding value. If it's at 1,000, they've achieved what they should have achieved. So anything that's above 1,000 is something worth celebrating. So you will see with our high attainers, yes, in 2012, there was a slight underperformance with our high attainers, but you'll see how that is changing. So last year we got 1,007.3, which is 7 points above the national average. So we are achieving well with our most able students. The Ofsted report that some of you may have looked at, just bear in mind that that is nearly now 3 years old. We've come a long way, and in fact we're expecting an Ofsted at some point after February of next year, and we are pushing to try and aim for an outstanding judgment. We think we're there. Obviously we need to make sure we're absolutely certain by the time comes, but that's how confident we are about where we are. So just keep that in mind, and I'm happy to answer any questions. We do well with all of our children. Whatever their prior attainment, when they come in, they make progress. Our curriculum, I think, is something that is very, very unique for us. We have a broad and balanced curriculum, but every school will tell you that, and I'll just unpick that a little bit. We have what they call the core subjects, so these sort of academic subjects around English, maths, science, humanities. So the EBAC subjects are there very firmly in our curriculum, right the way through from Key Stage 3 through to Key Stage 4 and 5. We will not force students to do the EBAC. It's there, and if they wish to do the EBAC, they can do, and the options are organised so that they can pick that up. And obviously we know our students, so we know which students should be thinking about the EBAC, so we will have a proper conversation with them. But ultimately, it's their and their parents' choice. But we don't just focus on EBAC subjects. The creative subjects are very important to us. So at Key Stage 3, all students will have an hour of dance, an hour of music, an hour of art, and an hour of drama. We think those subjects are really important, and a lot of schools have been under pressure to really constrain those subjects. We've been adamant that we will continue to have them on our timetable. They are important because young people, not only are many of our young people interested in those subjects, but they learn all sorts of other skills in those subjects. Teamwork, problem solving, building of confidence that actually is transferred into other subjects. So we find that our young people who are very good at some of our creative subjects develop a resilience. So when they hit a difficult problem in maths, actually they've got the confidence to sit there and start to work through it. So those subjects are important, and they are on offer at Key Stage 4 and at Key Stage 5. We are a Confucius classroom, so we offer Chinese from Year 7 upwards, right the way through to A-level. And the fact that we've been designated a Confucius classroom means that we've reached an excellent standard of Chinese. And in fact, 100% of our children got A star to C this year at Key Stage 4. We've yet to have A-level results. We've got a group going into Year 13. But we also train and support other schools in terms of Chinese. We're very lucky that we have Hanban teachers that come over from China. They spend a year with us, and they work with our young people, not only in the classroom, but outside of the classroom. So we have all sorts of things that go on to our staple curriculum. We also are part of United Learning. They're our sponsor. So we are an academy. We're one of the original academies, city academies. We've been 11 years old now. But we're part of a large group of not only other academies across the country, but a large group of private and independent schools. So last year, we were able to pilot for the group the teaching of GCSE astronomy with Surbiton. So on a Tuesday after school, a group of Year 10 students and one Year 11 student sat and did astronomy GCSE. They had their own Chrome computer that was given to us by Google. And remotely, there was a group of students at Surbiton also doing the lesson with a professor that they had there who was an expert in astronomy, and they did that GCSE together. Now we have opportunities to do that. That is something that is going to roll out for some of those minority subjects that you can't necessarily fund as a school because you don't necessarily have the class sizes to enable you to do it, but we're able to team up with schools right the way across the country to deliver some really exciting GCSEs and other subjects of interest. We have, for the first time this year, a bilingual stream. So we do have some students in Year 8 who are bilingual and some in Year 7, but this year we've decided to make that more formal. So up to 10% of our intake we can take of their ability or their potential to be bilingual in French and English. And we can talk to you, if you're interested in that, we can talk to you about that after this particular session. And you'll see that's our first cohort there. That's something that we're very excited about. But that makes us unique as well. The thing that's really probably most exciting, and tomorrow night if you come, I'll talk about this in a little bit more detail. We have, this year we've rolled out something called the Lambeth Academy Experience. And it's the wraparound. It's the personal qualities, the resilience, the problem solving, the team building that is really, really important for us. We know that it's a challenging world out there for our young people. It's getting harder. Competition for university places, competition for top jobs, competition for wherever they want to go is tough. So we need to enable them to be in the strongest position possible. Now, academic qualifications are important and a fundamental part of that because they help keep those doors open. But it's much more than that. It's about being a compelling individual. And that phrase has come from the CBI. Done a lot of research about what do businesses want from their young people as they leave school. And actually, they came up with hundreds and hundreds of words, but they then synthesised it into one sentence or one phrase, to be compelling individuals. And that's a strapline that underpins our Lambeth Academy experience. And there are 4 bits to that programme. There's a huge development of student leadership. From Year 7 upwards, our children and young people will be exposed to opportunities to be leaders in the school, right the way through to our prefects in Year 13, our head boy and head girl. There's the careers education, information and guidance, and again that starts from Year 7. There's the co- and super curricular, as we call it, so all those extracurricular activities that are really important for our young people to get involved in. And then there's the higher education and scholars programme. So we've got a member of staff who's dedicated to support young people as they go through from Year 7, looking for those top universities. And we have a scholars programme. We don't call it gifted and talented, as you may be familiar with other schools. We have scholars. And there's a fantastic new library, our Russell Room Library, that we just opened. Please bear in mind we're still filling the bookshelves. So as you walk in there, if it looks a bit empty, it's new and they will be full, but that is for our scholars. It gives you a flavour of what that programme is about. But that's something that we're investing very heavily. And Miss Clancy, who is at the back, she's frozen because I've just called her out, she is leading that programme. So if you've got any questions about it, she'll be more than happy to speak to you. And this is just a flavour of the sorts of things that they will do as part of that programme. We like to take our young people out of their comfort zone because that's where they'll learn. That's where they'll learn resilience. You have to fail to succeed, and it's okay to fail within the context of a safe and secure environment, and that's important. And again, some more experiences that our young people encounter. Top right is our atrium. It's not unusual for suddenly at lunchtime a group of young people to break out in a flash mob. Do some dance, do some singing, do some performing. And the rest of the school, believe me, come in, they flock in, they watch it, and it's just like the adverts. When it's finished, boom, They've gone off. It really is quite surreal to watch that happening. But that's where we are now as a school, and again makes us very unique. Very few schools would actually allow that to happen as freely. That happens sometimes and I don't even know it's going to happen, but it happens very successfully. And what a fabulous experience for a young person to be there performing and to get all the cheers from their peers. This is just a flavour of some of the people that, some of the higher education institutions that have already agreed to work with us. Jesus College, Oxford, are going to be running a residential for our Year 7 next year to help get them thinking about where they want to go and pathways. And St John's College, Cambridge, are similarly offering a programme. And Magdalene, again, is the one that is brokering that. And this is just a flavour of some of the businesses, again, that have already engaged with us and are looking for opportunities and experiences. We have guaranteed work experience placements with those businesses. So we don't have to run around when the children come to pick their work experience, because we've got them and we're able to match them to the right place for them. That is unique. Our values underpin everything. They're in this room and they are important. They're live, they're real. They're written as behaviours, because it's not about words on a wall. We want you to walk away from Lambeth Academy and know that these values are important because of the way we've behaved towards you. So they are important. And we celebrate. There's our Year 11 last year, their graduation, their formal graduation. We celebrate big time here when we have something to celebrate. So, wrapping up, I'm conscious of time. I've gone on, as always, far too long than I need to. By choosing us, you'll be choosing a school that adds value, and I've shown you that in sort of academic terms, but it's much more than that. We add value to our young people as people. We care about each of our children. That does mean we nag them sometimes. It does mean we have firm boundaries and high expectations, but it is because we care about them. We want them to achieve. We know they can achieve absolutely fantastic things here. We have the highest of expectations. I have the highest expectations of myself, of my staff, and of our young people. We are a strong team, and you are part of that team. Parents are a fundamental part of that team. We're open and reflective. We're constantly looking, how can we do it better? When we have a great day, why has it been a great day? What have we done that's been really good? If it's not been such a positive day, right, what's happening? And so we can constantly be getting better. And we are unique. And it's something that I think we're very proud of. We don't want to produce robots in our children. And there is a school of thought in education at the moment that we should. We have a firm, clear behaviour for learning policy, but within that, we allow for the uniqueness of our young people. So, thank you for indulging me and for listening to me for so long. That just gives you a very small flavour of what Lambeth Academy is about. As I said to you at the beginning, I'll talk in a little bit more detail tomorrow afternoon, but you can see our young people are lining up, ready to take you off. No room is out of bounds, but if I can just ask you, be aware that we are a school in operation. So teachers have got a job to do, and we can't suspend the timetable for a week, so we will be carrying on. So just bear in mind, you may not be able to talk to the teacher if they're teaching, but there will be senior staff around if you have any questions at all. But most importantly, enjoy yourselves. And we do need to sort of clear the corridors by 10:30. So you've got a good 45 minutes to have a really good look around. So thank you very much indeed.